Welcome to the podcast, and please tell the people who you are and what you do.
I am Boomerang to TKO. I make commentary. This is my real voice. No, I'm CoinPlant. I shitpost. I review things. The whole sort of mixed bag. That's me.
That's you. I don't know where I met you. I know that we know each other for a long time, for quite a while.
So I do know where we met. It was specifically in like the YouTubers Lounge thing, but then as a sort of addendum, it was when I joined HV that we like conventionally met.
Yeah. So for those who are unaware, so Hidden Vectors is like a little bit like at least like interest group consisting of the Crewcast and Dan, Bill, myself. Tell me more, and I think that's everyone, right?
Is DW still part of it?
DW might be. So anyways, then I want to talk about this.
yeah. It's semantics, yes.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, and I think we met and we hit it off, and you constantly ask for like input, which I'm happy to give because I'm a piece of shit that likes to criticize shit. And yeah, then we just kind of become internet buddies and we talk from time to time.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We are both left-leaning scum. We both want to seize the mean of productions.
Yeah, I'm a liberal socialist Jew who wants to steal all your money. That's what it is.
Yep. So we're both like left-leaning scum that wants to deconstruct the state and abolish everything. But that's
fun fact though. Just a fun tidbit. Traced back my Jewish lineage to one of the last like gunslingers in America. That man was Jewish. I didn't think we had any of those.
like is there an official gunslinger thing? Like to get
he's a fucking official shoot 'em up dead gunslinger kind of guy.
Okay.
American hero, cowboy kind of deal. And I forget his name.
And the badge is like the wanted poster, probably.
Yeah, like just one of those guys who got paid for killing. You know, the good old-fashioned American days.
That's the funny thing about like how history portrays, or how it's portrayed. Gunslingers are portrayed, and how like the reality was. The reality was like it was like a time where the people with most money, like today, ruled everything, and they just hired people that were ruthless and said, "Go shoot him up."
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they didn't want to pay, and then just then the gunslingers killed the people with money.
It was a tenuous time where you could just what's the term for it?
And it's anarchy. It's half anarchy.
Yeah, people were literally lassoing each other and dragging them like 20 miles behind a horse to the local town and be like, "Is this the guy you're looking for?" And then they said no, and then you had to put him back. It was it's awful times.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Wild West, right? Like it's completely ruthless and lawless, and of course you also have good times there. Like I can't imagine that everyone would be like bad all the time. Like it would be like if some just every day there was a shooting, that would be like bad, right? At some point everyone would have PTSD. So I can't imagine that it was every day. It was just like those certain pockets, history pockets where we focused the most. But the mundane life was probably, well, you woke up, you worked in the field, you brought your field work back home and ate and did go to sleep and repeated the thing the next day. I can imagine.
Sure,
it was pretty mundane.
I'll see that. There's probably not like a crazy amount of shootings.
Yeah,
but there was also like, on the days that people didn't shoot anybody and it was tranquil and calm, you'll have like one farmhand be like, "God damn it, Pa shit himself to death again." Dysentery was everywhere.
Yeah, probably. Like at some point he's like, "Yep, he died because of syphilis," or he got
I want to quell any notions of like, I was born in the wrong era, I should have been a cowboy.
No.
Might arise from this conversation.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's a terrible time to live.
Yeah, okay, so it's perfect that we're talking about this because I want to talk about like internet life and real life. Like not real life, but like the world beyond the internet, because we all have like our lives outside of the internet, but we're playing basically a character online. Of course, like sometimes more, sometimes less. And I noticed that internet life and real life are becoming increasingly close to each other because the one is influencing the other way more. If we talk about something recent, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, people in the past thought, well, police have been in using these tactics of fueling the fire and basically starting pushing protesters to riots. And now because of the internet and because everyone has basically a HD camera in their hands, we've seen information that is pretty much true. That's what they use to rile up the people and then shut it down with force. So it's like real life is seeping, internet life is seeping more and more in real life, and both are influencing each other so fast. What do you think?
I'm sorry, just what I think about real life and internet sort of.
Yeah. Do you think at some point we will? Do you think at some point it will be one? Because right now it's pretty much it's still separated, pretty much, like internet life and real life.
I don't know if it'll ever be to the point where your persona, as it were, on the internet is more or less an accurate representation of you. There's always going to be a degree of separation when you log on and you're like, all right, let me go to Twitter and tell some guy to eat his dad's ass or something like that. Yeah, and you just get really violent and aggressive, and then you sort of shut down and check out for the night. And it's not like you are a hate-filled person, but sometimes there's just like an oversaturation of particularly egregious content online that riles people up. It's the internet. People need to understand, and people do understand for the most part. It's just not reality, and you can see a lot of reality on there, and you can definitely try to help and be as active as you want, but like you get down to it, it's just not real.
Mm-hmm. So you think it will always be the separation between internet and real life, and it's like yeah. I don't know, like, because certainly like ideas that I have today, I wouldn't have them if it wasn't for the internet. So
obviously nobody would be looking outside maybe even their own like counties for news rather than like the scope afforded by the internet. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yes, the internet changes how you think.
And I mentioned that as well because slowly I have been like, I have basically two cultures, right? Like Brazilian and German, and both of them are not so close to me. I identify more as a metropolitan, I could say, like a person of the world, and it's like I identify with people that are over the pond or like completely other side of the world, just because we share like similar interests in language, games, entertainment, and that's because of the internet, and not even though they still have other cultural stuff that people don't understand. Like Germans are clearly don't have humor. That's why it's humorous. But I don't know. It's just so I don't see myself as a person of a certain country. I just see myself as an internet person. Like I can't even identify with a culture anymore. It's like just internet culture, and internet culture can mean anything, like literally anything. There are the edgelords over there, and there are like the political sphere here, and the other entertainment people here. Like there's so many cultures and subcultures even on the internet. You can identify as an internet person, and people know what you're talking about. I think I can imagine it's the same for you when you try to identify to a certain culture, and then you're like, I don't belong to that. I'm like more of an internet person.
Not really. I've always been a bit of a social butterfly.
Social butterfly.
I meant chameleon, but yeah, butterfly is also a good analogy. Somebody just sort of flies around, is generally aloof. I don't know. The thing about like identifying and labeling, it's like a hot button issue nowadays. Yeah. I don't know if you could tell from the whole everything about 2020, but people really care about their identities, and
I don't anymore.
Sometimes when I ask for their social security number, they get all defensive. But it's when like you bring identity politics into it, and like what you feel like you should be representing yourself as online, and you sort of project your own fears and inadequacies onto that, even if it's not intentional. But like you sort of really put yourself out there when you start to identify yourself harder and harder, and I just think that's like a mistake a lot of people make. You just don't have to.
I talk about that as well because recently there was something that sparked my interest in the whole thing, which Glink, probably this guy. It's like also
I've heard of Glink.
Yeah. And he said something along the lines of do want any hardcore atheist, and I am an hardcore atheist. I want to debate me on the utility of like religion, and I'm like, yeah, most people, like most atheists, see the point that religion gives like a sense of belonging and a place to be every Sunday, and giving people like a structure in their lives. Like most atheists know that. And it's like ever since I stopped identifying as a Christian, like I'm clearly an atheist. I don't believe in this shit anymore. There has always been like, and the second part of the statement was like he said atheism, or the statement was atheism is dangerous and it leads only to depression and like no purpose in life. And like, yeah, that's
like Glink said this.
Yeah, like it was a statement. Like it was clearly just to spark like the conversation, and like he doesn't believe in that. It was just like more like meme than like he really believes in that. But it's still people make the claim that like atheism only leads to bad things, and it's pointless because it takes away like purpose from life. I have to agree to a certain extent, because I was at some point like, oh, I don't have any purpose, like not after not believing anymore. I'm like, yeah, there's no purpose, anything. And at some point I'm like, why do you need one? That was my idea, like, why do I need one? And identity filled that a little bit. Like I started identifying as like more German, and then at some point like, I don't like that either. It's like I don't really identify with that. And then at some point I'm like, yeah, I don't need one. I'm just an internet person. I talk to people and that's it. And I push it away. But if I think about it, I'm like, and the internet doesn't help, because via internet I can meet a lot of people that share my beliefs, my hobbies, and my ideas. But at the same time, it doesn't really offer anything like a routine like religion does, for example. Like, every Sunday you have to go there, and some weirdo dude that probably fucks kids tells you about like about the universe.
Hold on, I just want to repeat what you said back at you, because it's so insane. Some weirdo kid who probably some weirdo guy who probably fucks kids tells you about the universe.
Yeah,
and that's what that's all right. So okay,
it's okay. It's not the joke. But the Catholic Church is actually like a criminal organization that pushes around pedophiles through the lands, because their priests have a high rate of raping kids. So it is not this is not an actual joke. Like the Catholic Church is an actual criminal organization, but try and tell that to the Catholic Church that has still an immense amount of power.
All right, controversial statement.
It's not controversial.
No. I'm about to. I was priming one.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
Am
priming?
I allowed to make controversial?
Yes.
Go.
Go.
All right, here we go. Looking at the camera.
I'm shivering.
That I don't have.
I'm shivering.
Catholic Church bad.
Oh my God! No, you didn't say that.
I don't know. It's just like, here's the thing about religion and church and all that jazz. Sure, the argument can be made, purely from a utilitarian standpoint. It's like, it does a lot of good for people.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fine. I'm glad people find faith so comforting, but honestly, it is very much so, and I feel very strongly about this. I feel like the identity afforded by church and religion, organized or otherwise, is very crippling.
Yep.
Because it forces you into sort of a dependent sort of mindset. And you're like, well, if I give everything I have to Jesus, he's gonna give it back to me after I die.
Yeah.
But it's like not even a healthy thing, because I think we as folks, humans, bees, other kinds of like insects, we all need to realize that like death is the end.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but that's kind of it.
It is the whole, you have purpose, you have like it's the whole routine thing, right? Like I assume someone that like does sports every day, has like a hobby like D&D or like play video games with other people, like socialize in general. That person probably won't need religion to have like a good healthy life, and they will probably not even think about anything else than like the moment and their little bit of the future maybe, and about their partner, and that's it. But for people that like maybe a little bit solo, they don't know how to socialize, it provides this structure of, I have this organization that has these rules, and if I follow the rules, I can belong to that organization, and they will give me like a routine to do. I think that's like I said, utilitarian, from a utilitarian perspective. Like, yeah, I'm all for religion. Everything else that is attached to it, like the ideology, how they behave themselves, how they are basically a criminal organization. Yeah, no.
Well, okay, hold on. Quick addendum. The Catholic Church is definitely a criminal organization.
Yes. When I'm talking about religion, I'm always talking about the Catholic Church.
As a former Christian, I guess I should say, I was taught to repress the gunslinging side of it. As a former Christian, let me go ahead and say, it's not a systemic criminal organization. Christians, and I feel I can make this blanket statement, because I was one myself, and at the time I was very much this. Christians are big dummies. Catholics are, here's what I'll say. Evangelical Christians.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Might be some of the stupidest people, because they are the figureheads of that religion, are the televangelists. Mm-hmm. They're some of the most obvious liars that I've ever seen. I need Jesus is filling me with your spirit. Just go ahead, write down on one of these index cards your credit card information, please. Something stupid like that,
Yeah. But you have to.
It's actually fascinating, because I grew up as a Christian in fucking Utah, which is like
the belt, the Christian.
No, you'll get. That's not the Bible Belt. Utah is the hub of Mormon activity.
Oh, okay.
Which is basically like God, there's not a good way to put it. It's almost like everyone around you is crazy, but you can't call them out because you're also crazy.
Oh yeah.
And that's what.
Oh yeah, like talking about like social acceptance. Like everyone harps on the edgy atheist that talks with the religious people, like, oh, you're wrong. Like, imagine living in a world where everyone accepts the existence of Santa Claus, and Santa Claus doesn't exist. You know that Santa Claus doesn't exist. You know that, but then people constantly tell you, no, Santa Claus exists. Here's my pamphlet. Read that book. You will learn. Like, of course, in a world where people believe in Santa Claus, of course there will be edgy anti-Santa Clauses. Of course there will be. Like this is
because it's ridiculous that everybody believes in this flying magical man that delivers toys to everybody.
Of course,
but additionally, it's not even like it just some pamphlet, because that implies that there's some knowledge to be gleaned. Like maybe it's a travel guide or something. No, your literature that you're passing out is literally like 400 pages of crazy fan fiction you've written about Santa Claus and other super-powered beings in the past.
Exactly.
It's completely unproofed, and you can't glean anything from it. Santa Claus fought the dinosaurs and caused the first apocalypse, and we're going to have a second What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah. Like, the social acceptance of religion, that I don't care if people believe in the flat earth, in God, in Santa Claus, in fairies, I don't give a shit. The social acceptance, that was That is what drives me mad. Like the social acceptance of, no, we can't criticize religion because, no, of course, no one would fight me when I say the Easter Bunny doesn't exist. But for some reason, when I say God doesn't exist, no, you can't say that. Nobody knows. Like, nobody knows that the Easter Bunny doesn't exist. Oh, but that's two different things. No, it's not two different things.
You should write... Well, what we're learning here is you should write a completely... Yeah. You should, in Aramaic. You should write in ancient Aramaic a manuscript for the Easter Bunny's revival. And hide it in like some
cave
hidden away, some cave in like a pure gold. I don't know if you have access to pure gold, but let's just for the sake of this pretend that you're literally drowning, like a Scrooge McDuck figure.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning you swim laps in a pool of liquid gold. Anyway, that doesn't matter. you create a chest of gold and you hide that in. And then you inform some Indiana Jones-like character, and he recovers it, and he's like, guys, I found proof that the Easter Bunny exists. And watch everybody fucking lose their mind, because it conflicts with, like, wait, no, because we invented the Easter Bunny. There's no way that somebody else did.
It's the same thing with...
It couldn't be that this hidden away story we found, completely unproofed, is wrong.
Yeah.
Couldn't be that. Anyway, sorry.
I think the best... everyone says, the best medicine against religion is reading the Bible. That's not true. People can read whatever they want. They will still believe in bullshit. The best medicine against religion is actually going to study Bible history. Like, how was it put together? Who wrote it? How was it translated? And then you start realizing, wait a fucking minute. This doesn't make sense. Like, because if you think about it, when was the Bible written? Like 1,000 years after the happenings. Like, imagine, like, people can barely tell stories from one day to the other without changing some aspect. Imagine 1,000 years, and then it was written down.
Not to mention the fact a lot of people forget about this. Like, the Bible is a collection of short stories that have a common denominator in that they're related to this, deific figure.
Yeah.
But, like, underneath the Vatican, there are hundreds upon thousands more stories that were never released because they do not align
canon
with the narrative.
Yeah.
There are, like, endless possibilities for what actually happened.
But that
supposedly back then.
Yeah.
The Bible is a collection of the things that feel the best.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, they just tossed them in a book.
Yeah.
And it's anyone who believes, I'll say this, there is a better medicine for people who believe in the Bible that you want to sort of wake up. And that's actually, if you get them to eat mercury, it's a very powerful motivator for, I don't know. I know that makes me feel better.
But that's like, we are talking about...
I am a serial killer.
We're talking about logical, right? We're talking about logical reasons why you should not believe that the Bible is real.
Alright, logical reason number one.
No,
what kind of name is Bible anyway?
I'm saying we are talking about logic. We're talking about, hey, it doesn't really make sense that something is truthful after like 1,000 years and then someone wrote it down. Like, it doesn't fit. But I think most people don't believe because of logic reasons. They believe because of feelings, because of how it makes them feel. Like, and that's why it came back to the initial thing. It gives them structure to life. It gives them a routine. It gives them something to believe, something to do you have a purpose. And that's like atheism, because it's just a counter movement to theism, doesn't provide that. Like, if you don't believe, you don't believe. That's it. There's nothing to it. There's no atheism book where it's written you have to behave a certain way or something like that.
Yeah, but I will say there are insufferable people of all creeds.
Of course there is. Of course there is.
So for somebody to say, "Oh, all atheists are fucking obnoxious," you're goddamn right. There are some atheists that are obnoxious because they've made it their identity to counter your identity.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But there are people out there who also, realize that the whole identity politics is dumb anyway. It'll go to tell you that, like, the way you manage yourself, surface level, could be completely different from somebody else, right? Let's say the most religious and the most atheistic person, just the two most insufferable assholes on the planet, yet they still would probably act in a similar way to get people to come around to their thinking, because they've aligned their identity so hardly with their, belief system that they've basically just become an extension of it.
The belief horseshoe, basically. The belief horseshoe. Yeah. One's the religious fanatic, and the other one is like a non-religious fanatic. But I still like emphasize more. I still give more. That's the wrong word. Emphasize is the wrong word. Empathize. I still empathize more with the edgy atheist kid, because he's basically living in a world where everyone is crazy around him, and he's trying to tell everyone, wake up, sheeple. So I still empathize more with the edgy atheists and with the edgy edgy theist. Well, they're not edgy, right? They're socially accepted. So with the norm, again, 20 minutes of talking about how shitty religion is. I feel that that's a theme on the podcast. Me talking about my grievances on religion. I think we should move away from that.
All right. Here's something. Bugs. What do you think about that?
Well, your plant, right? You should have problems with bugs, like crawling around you, trying to eat your innards.
It's a circle of life, baby.
But there are certain plants that kill bugs.
There are certain plants that kill bugs. Peppers. I'm going to say peppers have the most fascinating, evolutionary trajectory to me.
Peppers?
Because they're a plant that has evolved a gland, essentially, that is so hot. That's their defense mechanism. That's why animals don't eat them.
But I love peppers.
Crazy how that works, right? Because their defense mechanism to avoid being eaten has actually led humans to be like, I love me a spicy pepper. They take a chomp out of it. So they actually, it's, you want proof of non-intelligent design, look at the pepper.
I literally bought
into its own worst enemy.
I literally bought peppers today. And I have in my fridge, I have every, there's never a day where I don't have, Senf is the German word. Fuck! What? Do you know that? You speak a little bit German. Senf.
I speak a fledgling amount of German.
Mustard! I always have mustard in my fridge. Always.
Okay.
I have a mild mustard, which if you just want to have a little bit of spice, and I have hot mustard, which burns proper. Always in my fridge, and I put it on everything if I want to. Bread, there it goes. Something sweet, mustard on it. Something already hot, throw some mustard.
Right. So that's insane.
Yes, I know.
I don't think any one person should use that much mustard. I'm fine with mustard. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. But my condiment of choice for spice is sriracha.
Sriracha? Oh.
Yeah, it's like a chili condiment. Liquid chili.
Sriracha.
Pepper. Kind of.
It's
actually it's fairly mild. But it gives a tang, and also you use too much of it, you'll want to die.
Yeah. It's the same thing with Tobuscus.
Tabasco.
Tabasco.
Tobuscus.
Tobuscus is the YouTuber.
Tobuscus is the YouTuber.
Tabasco.
And you know what's sad is in this half-remembered, is it Tobuscus or Tabasco? I think that's the first time somebody's talked about Tobuscus in years.
Wait,
and I want to issue a formal apology to Toby Turner, a.k.a. Tobuscus, if you're out there.
If you're still out there. Wait, I'm gonna check his channel out and see if it's... Oh, shut the fuck up. If you want to...
Oh, sorry.
No, the video. Okay, so Tobuscus, the main channel, 2 months ago. That's it. And, even though his channel has 6 million subscribers, he can barely hit the 100k mark. Oof.
Oh, that's sad.
Wasn't he, accused of something?
Yeah, Keemstar called him a pedophile, but let's be real. Keemstar has called
everyone. I'm sure he called me a pedophile at some point.
Yeah, like the first time he hears about you, he's like, "Oh, Carl Lucas, that pedophile fuck."
Yeah.
Keemstar, another controversial statement. Trigger warning. If you could put some sort of visual on the screen, maybe a blaring siren. Hire Steven Spielberg to direct this part of your podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Controversial statement. I don't like Keemstar.
No, he didn't say that. He's
a bit of a bungle, you know.
I think this goes too far. Literally, like.
And I don't like his head. I said it.
My god.
People were afraid of Jesus because he said the right thing.
You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. Like, how? Like, how can you say those words?
I don't know. Just, like, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
You know, I have a hate boner. No, not hate boner. I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube. I have literally a video called Fuck YouTube, where I tell them to fuck off. At the same time, I tell, hey, you're actually doing everything alright because you're making money. And I wanted to talk about, like, the whole Keemstar H3 thing, and then I realized why. Why I'm talking about it right now, but, like, it doesn't, like, I'm not gonna change minds, though those people are still rich as fuck. They don't care about, like, I'm at some point, after thinking about it, bigger YouTubers that, like, basically monopolize certain parts of the market, they don't really care. If they cared, they would, like, shout out to smaller people. They would try to build the YouTube environment, but they don't. So, like, yeah, doesn't make really sense to talk about it. So, what about you? Do you care? Do you not care? Do you have? Do
I care about the H3 drama?
Yeah,
I care about it. I think here's my take on drama. Everybody cares about it, and some people want to look like they don't. So they're
no. That you understand me wrong. I do enjoy it. I don't care about it.
Okay. I think what you're saying is, like, it actually also ties into the theme so far. It's like you don't align yourself or your identity with either side, which I think is very reasonable.
Yeah.
But for people to say, to sit back, oh, the whole drama thing is stupid. Those guys can eat my dad's cum, and I hate that guy.
Yeah, it's not stupid. It's just a representation of...
No, it is stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just a representation of how YouTube works. Like, the bigger you are, the less prone you are to basically getting kicked in the balls. Like, it doesn't matter what people say about H3 or Keemstar, they will still make videos that get thousands of views. Like, it doesn't matter how bad they are as people.
And I don't think, and this is probably my, fault in logic, I don't think H3 is like a terrible dude.
I don't think Keemstar is I don't think Keemstar is like the most hideous person on earth.
Yeah. That goes without saying. Obviously he blasts the N-word like he's a racist boombox. I don't give a shit about that guy.
Yeah, like, of course, like, he's of course a racist piece of shit, but, like, there are worse people than him, let's say, put it like that.
Sure. I guess one could make that argument that maybe a warlord in Africa or something like that. Maybe like a space terrorist that we haven't found yet. Or nitpicking, alright.
Space terrorists? I mean, do you know anything about space terrorists?
I mean, space terrorism, what can you say?
We shouldn't talk about space terrorism, okay?
It's a bit of a alright, sorry, I'm sorry. We'll get shadow banned.
No, it's just simply I feel uncomfortable talking about space terrorism. It's not that anything I have done anything in space that would warrant terrorism.
Don't worry.
I mean, I literally
of the video.
Yeah, I was.
There are no terrorists in space.
Yeah, I did nothing in space. I swear.
And we don't. Certainly, even if something did happen in space, it wasn't in the Andromeda Galaxy.
And it wasn't me.
12 years ago.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't
him.
me.
Yeah.
Nope, not me. Definitely not me. I did nothing wrong. Okay. It was an accident. Okay, it was an accident. They fired at me.
I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
I mean, I did nothing. Okay, let's forget about space terrorism.
You did nothing.
I did nothing.
Hello once again.
It's a rumor that I was in space. It's a rumor.
Hey, okay, look. Everybody in chat that's gonna leave a comment on this video asking about what happened in space. Let me go ahead and I'll tell you something right quick. Another controversial statement.
Hello
I'm
once again.
gonna kiss your dad.
Anyways, back to the drama.
Yeah.
I like drama. Like everyone that claims they don't like drama, they're fucking lying. I like drama when it's fun and it's like it's banter and we are canceling people that are actually cancerous. Everything else is like, I don't.
Well, that's a double-edged sword of cancel culture. It's like it feels
It
righteous and holy to grab somebody that deserves it, like a Keemstar. I felt like, ironically enough, cancel culture did sort of stem from
From him.
It maybe not stemmed, but it sort of sprouted. Maybe that's just a different way of saying stemmed. Idubzz, Content Cop.
Well,
Those were progenitor cancel culture
Yes.
inciting videos.
if you think about it, yes. That's true.
Cancel culture starts way back before those, but that's like on YouTube at the very least.
Making it
That's
popular.
when it's
Making
yeah,
cancel
that's
culture
when it
popular.
picked up.
Well, there you go, folks. Idubbbz bad.
Yeah, Idubzz. You want to talk about cancel culture? There you go. And you could argue that it wasn't the intent of those videos. The content cops were just, meant to be these correctional things. But like, that Leafy video is a fucking landmark. He's a shitty dude. He's got no chin. I laughed so hard when he said that. I clapped. I'm still clapping.
It's like
no chin.
It's like a hit piece, and
Yeah.
a little bit of journalism, and a little bit of satire, and just bullying and joking. Like it's a mix of
Yeah.
all those things.
And I'm fine with hot memeing. Give me a steaming meme right out of the cream.
That sounded bad, but okay.
Yep, but give me some of that. I like the content cops a lot.
A good baked,
I will say-
like with a lot of sauce, like a good baked, exposed video with a lot of sauce, a lot of tea, a lot of buns.
Can I share with you one thing, and feel free to take it out of the
Context?
thing. Feel free to take it out of context. Yes.
Okay.
I did not like the Gokunaro video as much as I liked the content.
I heard about that, and I think
I got into a
I think we agree on the same things for different reasons. Like, yes, there are certain things that Gokunaro does, which is basically he uses the method that he's condemning to make his point, and he assumes a lot based on circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, for a video criticizing somebody about being hypocritical, which you're totally allowed to do.
Yeah.
He is very hypocritical, even in the thing.
Yeah. But I don't
Additionally, somebody standing on a pedestal and being like, you think this way because of this. That's like what my brother did, my stepbrother, when I was like 12. And he's like, you were thinking about beating me up. It's like, what the fuck? How are you going to get me in trouble? And he did, by the way. I always got in trouble because, for some reason, I never fucking remember. But it's always like, it's speculation and thought crime. It's like,
it's
what are you talking about?
Parents do that a lot. Like, oh, you think I suck, or oh, you think that way. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm not thinking that. You cannot read my mind. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's just like, and I use the term armchair psychology, but it's a lot like just an uneducated stance. I'm not trying to say that he's stupid or anything. I'm trying to say that, like, he's not a professional psychologist, and he's always trying to be like, this shows that X thing. It's like, there's a difference between being intuitive and actual like journalism and funny memeing it up like those classic.
I think
classic content cops.
Also, the Gokunaro video is closer to the emotional side and closer to more like a documentary. Here's the thing that people don't get about documentaries. Documentaries are not real life. Documentaries are always spinning the truth. There is no documentaries that tell you how it is. Documentaries in first place are entertainment products veiled in this sense of righteousness, which is not. Like, no documentary in the history of documentaries have been completely truthful. It's always like a spin on the truth a little bit. Yes, there are some documentaries that are way closer to the truth, but none of them are telling you the truth. They're always like spinning the truth a little bit. And Gokunaro's video is basically that. It's like a documentary, but way more in the direction of emotion and how like the old H3 fan base feels about new H3.
Yeah, I can empathize with a lot of those things, but the problem is like the craft of the video itself feels
sloppy a little bit.
No, it feels disingenuous when you're gonna sit here and you're gonna say you took people out of context, and then you go and take them out of context and show a terrible side intentionally. You're like, you're manipulative, and then you just got done manipulating a bunch of people into thinking a certain.
The only problem
I have a lot of problems with it, and I don't want to focus on it.
No. The only problem I have is that H3 didn't respond to Gokunaro, even though it got million views, which like enforces the things that have been said in the video. Because the moment someone like Ordinary Gamer made a video that is not truthful, but an easy target, he makes like a 30-minute video, and it's like, I guess Gokunaro might be like playing armchair psychologist, but Ethan didn't respond to that, so is there something true to it? And then someone makes like a similar video, but way more scuffed, like way more like it's just a guy talking to a camera without script, and then he gets a 30-minute video. And it's like,
yeah, I can agree. There's some
like the
merit
circumstantial
to it,
evidence is like so like it stacks up and stacks up and stacks up and stacks up. Like
definitely,
that's the problem about the video. Like if it wasn't for the circumstantial evidence, I'm like, oh, I would just dismiss it. But it's so much, and that's the problem I have with the whole situation in general.
Yes, but unfortunately, we can't really tell what happened.
We can't read minds, and we don't know those people.
And if you claim to have information beyond anybody else's understanding because of your interpretations of, body language or whatnot, I'm telling you can go eat a dick, because like unless you're an FBI trained, psychoanalyst, then your opinion doesn't really matter.
I understand what you mean. Like Gokunaro is very much like a little bit of armchair psychologist and so on. But
it was a very memey video.
And I think it's a well-made video. It's just not what people think it is. It's not like a righteous fight against H3. It's just like this is the accumulative feelings of people that want the old H3 content back. That's it. That's how I always saw it. I never saw it as this is the video to slaughter H3 from the platform. But people put it in that.
It's the video that will give Ethan turbo AIDS.
Exactly. I never saw it as that. I always saw it as like
sign the petition.
Because that was at that point when Gokunaro's video came out, I already left like H3 content. I didn't watch it anymore because I didn't like the podcasts. I moved on. And when that came out, I'm like, yeah, that's probably how I feel. Like, yeah, that's the reasons. The reasons he doesn't like the podcast are probably the reasons why I don't like the podcast. That's it. That's literally it.
So what about bugs?
Bugs.
No, basically my existence as a human is to derail any argument or any conversation with just a tangent.
That's good.
And,
I think that's a talent, right? That's a talent. To derail conversation.
Oh, a talent. I thought you said appellant. I was like,
a talent.
What the fuck are you talking about? Pellant? That's not even a word.
Dude, I'm talking about talent, dude. Listen, dude.
That's not
talent.
He literally is saying things that are. Can we get a close up on this guy?
Oh shit!
Everybody disliked the video, right?
Dude, you can't dislike my video, dude. It's not even, dude. Say people.
Everybody
should subscribe, dude.
Draw a picture of Gokunaro, but instead of his hair, it's thousands of ants, and they're all thousands of ants, and they're all holding hands and shifting around. Draw a picture of that.
That's kind of crazy, dude. Like ants on a hat.
When he said ants on a hat.
Laughed my ass off
so hard. Yeah, it was so funny. Oh,
he
clapped and clapped and clapped.
You know, he turned himself into a pickle. Funniest thing I ever seen.
Pickle.
A pickle.
The epic meme. This is gonna be the part of the video that everybody skips right over. That you can be like, his parts aren't really.
I'm gonna name this part blank. There you go. People can just skip over it.
All right, as long as people are skipping over this part, I have some things I want to say about, and then
say it. Tell us.
Human beings are actually.
That's awkward.
That's right.
The thing is
holding my breath.
Oh, okay. The thing is, like, when like I think I had one guest that wanted to use like pauses, and I'm like, fuck that. I cut everything off. Like, of course I leave some pauses in, but like most pauses, I'm cutting that. Fuck off. People don't want to listen to that.
Well, here's the difference: is when I pause, I do it
for way too long.
For effect, for emphasis.
Yeah. Yeah, I can leave some pauses, but generally speaking, I'm just gonna let the every time you pause, there will be a floating dildo in the screen. There you go.
I like that. If you could put my avatar, shove the dildo into my avatar's mouth.
Well, that would be too much. But like, I actually have
probably against TOS.
I actually have an asset which is basically just a dildo. Like, I have an assets folder is a PNG of an dildo. I can just plop it into the video.
I have an asset that's just a hand.
Just a hand?
Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and I'll show you an asset I have.
Just
boom.
Wait, let me. Ah, the guy.
That's Mr. Mime.
Oh, that's. This will be nightmare fuel. This will actually drive my night. You know what? Let's talk about
You're
dreams.
welcome.
Let's talk about dreams. I don't dream.
I don't really dream either, or if I do, it's like non-significant.
I hate dreams. I fucking hate them. I absolutely despise dreams. I think dreams are fucking useless. Dreams just drive my anxiety forward. Dreams constantly are mocking me and trying to tell me something. I'm like, dude, what the fuck will you want from me? Tell me what you want.
I disagree. I think dreams are actually awesome.
I think dreams are
they're little movies you play in your head, or whatever the argument of that's pro dreams is. I think they're just like, God, what's a fun way to put this? Dreams are your brain slowly dying.
What?
In front of you.
What? That sounds
Guess
horrible.
What? I'm not a scientist. It's not like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, here's my problem with dreams, right? I'm having a chill night, you know. I go to sleep. Everything went fine. And your brain is like, no, everything is not fine. You have to dream about something that is not good. And like, shut the fuck up, dreams. If I hate you.
I hate it when I dream. What was that grunt? It's very primal.
I know.
When you dream,
exactly. I had to learn that when I came here. Like, everyone was like, all the time. Like, I'm also, and they're like,
is that German?
Yes, German. Of course, yes. Germans had to do that.
Beautiful language.
I mean, German is, the thing about German is very effective. No, that's not true. That's not true. German is very effective when you want to be super, you want to describe specific, but it takes a long time. Other than that, German is horrible for quick communication. Like, you cannot every time you try to communicate in German quickly, you're gonna lose. It's a losing battle. It's impossible to communicate in German quickly. For example, when you're talking about I am going to the store, it's ich werde dorthin gehen. Like, the verbs are like in the middle of the sentence and at the end of the sentence, and then objectives are in here and there, and you have to put some. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare when you want to communicate fast. That's why most people say get some Laden. So it's basically the verb then the objective of places, and then the thing. But that's bad German. They're like, it's not good German. It's grammatically wrong. But people say it. Yeah. So German, horrible language. When it comes to quick communication, if you want to be super specific, best language you can ever choose.
You heard it here first, folks. If you're German out there, he's coming to take your guns.
We don't have guns. Well, that's not true.
Okay.
That's not true.
If you're a German police officer, he's coming to take your guns.
You know what? The whole protest has been happening in Germany.
Yeah, I saw.
The problem is, usually, policemen don't shoot people on sight. So it's really difficult to protest something when it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Is there still racism in the police? Yes, 100%, 1000%. There are like so many Nazis in the police force, you wouldn't believe. But like, generally speaking, German policemen don't kill people.
I don't know if that's something you want to put out there.
Yeah, but it's true. Like
the Gestapo's gonna come up on your doorstep.
There are like so many people, like literal Nazis in the police force. It's not the joke.
Yeah, I mean, no, I completely understand it, but you don't even have to shoot somebody to bring about huge sweeping change, like the whole Rodney King situation in America. That they didn't shoot that guy.
Yeah,
they just brutalized him and didn't know it was on camera.
Yeah,
that was the first time a lot of especially white Americans were like, Jesus Christ, what is going on with police in this area? So
here's my experience with police, right? Every time I have a beard and my long hair, and I come from outside of the country back into the country, I get stopped at the fucking police station every single time. I show my German passport, they let me leave after a minute. That's basically racial profiling. It's like,
here, I'll tell you my experiences with the police. Every time I see one, we high five each other, and then we suck each other's dicks because I'm white.
That would be great. That would be actually great. Like, policeman, can you please suck my dick? And they do it. That would be awesome.
That actually, it really goes over well. Like, I urge you, if you're white, just go out there and start, middle of the protest. Just say, hey, officer, high five, suck my dick.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't
do that, please. Please, don't do that. That's not, I mean...
But if you can understand what a joke is,
yes,
then do that.
I know it's the internet, we don't understand jokes, and me specifically, I'm German, I don't. But don't do that. Please don't. It's police in America.
Is this a joke?
Is this
Flies over my head.
Oh, it's a joke? I don't get it.
Was that a bird or something? It flew over my head. It's saying it's a joke. Oh, haha. Make me laugh so hard.
Germans, the joke make no sense. You Americans wouldn't understand anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I know it's the internet, we meme a lot, but this is one of the things. Please don't do it. Because America kind of dumb when it comes to and it's not like, oh, I'm black, I'm gonna get shot by the police. No, it's everyone is getting shot by the police. So when I'm hearing abolish the police, I'm like, yep, get rid of that. That institution is clearly not working for you guys. Get rid of that.
We need to adopt a Mountie system.
Mountie system? How does that work?
Oh, Canadians don't have police; they have Mounties.
What is that?
They ride a moose everywhere, and their guns fire maple syrup, and so they're like, freeze, hands in the air, but instead of a black person, they're pointing it at a stack of pancakes. Everybody laughs, and Canadians never have any problem.
That must be reality, right? That sounds so absurd. It must be real.
Well, the Canadians, they do have Mounties, and they do ride horses.
Mooses.
They mount things.
They mount things.
They don't mount moose, to my knowledge. Moosei.
Mooses.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone would be happy. Everyone would be happier if everyone had a government sanctioned moose at home.
Do you understand how many moose are in existence? Here, let me actually Google this because this is so frustrating to me.
But I think everyone would be happy with mooses at their homes. Because, mooses, straight gangster. They nice. I like moose. There are probably not many mooses alive today. We killed them all.
There are 1.5 million moose in the world.
That's not nearly enough.
You don't say.
We need more mooses. Well, they are kind of dangerous though, because they can actually kill you with their antlers. So
yeah, they're like 8 feet tall. They kill a man just by staring at him.
Yeah,
their horns, their antlers are sharpened with their fucking pure tenacity.
Yeah. Did you know that horses are omnivores and they eat flesh?
I did know that horses eat meat.
That was crazy to me, because we think about, the nice horse, he only eats carrots and apples, but no. Wild horses actually eat, small creatures.
I fed a horse a human being the other day.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm a serial killer. That's just what I do.
I mean,
I didn't do that, by the way, for anybody out there.
It's a Joker. It's a Joker.
Yeah, I'm the Joker, baby.
The Joker. He lies to.
My name is Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. What do you think? What do you thought about the Joker, by the way? I mean, I thought it was good. I thought, in general, Joker, bad person. Okay, everyone get that clear. Bad person. Don't do what the Joker did. A bad person. Bad person. But it's the big but. There were several things where I'm like, oh yeah, this is how probably people feel, ostracized, not recognized by their own family, constantly lied to. The government also doesn't give a shit, even though politicians are constantly talking about how they want to change and make their lives better, but they're actively cutting their health programs that help people to survive. So
right,
I'm kind of yep, I definitely can see how someone could identify with that character.
Okay,
but generally speaking, Joker bad. Okay? Controversial opinion, I know, but Joker bad.
Because I think what you're referencing, additionally, with the qualifying statements don't do what Joker did. Are you familiar with the city of Aurora, Colorado?
I'm Orlando, but not Aurora.
Aurora.
Oh, the Aurora shooting? The guy that was allegedly, dressed up as a Joker and then shot the theater up? And it turns out it wasn't all about Joker, it was just coincidental.
It was not about the Joker at all, actually.
Yeah,
and
it was just coincidental.
In a crowded movie theater.
But the media put it in that way that it was about the Joker. Fuck the media.
I was born in Aurora, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say that shooting is my only legacy.
Oh,
but
okay.
You probably shouldn't say that because that hurt me so much. That hurt my feelings a lot.
Yeah.
The way I feel about Joker is I'm an insufferable socialist. So
am I.
When a video about or when a movie about capitalism bad, socialism better come out, I'm like, woo, haha, yeah. But on a more serious note, then I enjoy the idea of a society that kind of gets it. Finally, is fine, we'll all participate in activism, and then the activism is a bit violent in that one. Sure, you could say that maybe shooting Bruce Wayne's parents in an alley is on some level bad. You could make that argument.
Maybe shooting civilians, not the best thing to do,
Yeah, if we're splitting hairs, you could say that yes, that is not good. But otherwise, the message of the movie being
Can we talk about Batman? How fucked up he is, and how fucking piece of shit he actually is.
Oh, you mean Batman, the guy who?
Yeah.
I can't even say it. Batman is just let's talk about Batman. Sure.
Okay.
Please.
He's my take every time I talk about Batman because the people think, oh, they're so cool. Yes, Batman is cool. Okay, I admit that. He has his black suit and is fucking every model on Earth, and he's rich. But that's exactly it. He fucks up people that are already like out of their circumstances and have to work for like I don't know, for evil corporations. He brings them into like he puts them in hospitals. But what does he do with his money? He's rich, right? He could like build up his city, you know, make everyone's life better. But no, he doesn't. He just like continues like
social programs and help his community, but
he continues to be a piece of shit and says, no, I have to fight the crime the old way, be a gunslinger, you know, like it's the old Wild West. Like, fuck off, Batman, you're a fucking piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
It is wild the way that we sort of idolize that guy. It's like, Batman, this billionaire psychopath.
Tech genius. Billionaire tech genius.
He takes to the streets at night to beat up the poor and the unfortunate criminal population.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, you want to buy some drugs so we can try to escape this hell together?
I'm Batman!
What is that
hospital.
shadow coming across the sky? It's fucking Batman. He brutalizes the shit out of them. They go to the hospital where, guess what? They're given more powerful drugs to deal with the pain that he's just inflicted on them. Fuck Batman for sure. All I'm saying is, he's a billionaire. I'm gonna eat some Batman soup. Get COVID-19.
And because... What the actual fuck? Shut up, Sky! Shut up!
I hear that if you scream at the sky, then it actually does really help. So I've heard that.
Fuck you, God! Can't handle me.
Yeah, it's God angry at your atheistic rants.
So, here's the thing. There is an actual real-life Batman. He's called Phoenix Jones. You know about that guy?
I've heard about this.
So, Phoenix Jones, I don't know where he was stationed, which city, but it's a city, where it's Seattle. Phoenix Jones, Seattle. And he acted in a city where it was like, crime is rampant there. Like, the whole war on drugs made the city basically a war, not war zone, but like it's very difficult to live there, and like it's a hard place to live in. So Phoenix Jones, like professional MMA fighter, goes and fights crimes, right? Like real fight criming, like with actual violence. Well, turns out he's a drug dealer. Woo! That is the real life of a superhero. Superheroes are not good. They're bad. Yes, they're cool to watch, and, you know, they look cool, and with their gear, and with their tactics, and, you know, fight crime, you know. But superheroes, either in real life, or in comics, they're not good. They're bad. Superheroes bad. I said it.
Well, here's the problem, I think, with a lot of, like, representation of superheroes. Like, oftentimes, the villain of, or like the sinister overtone of the movie / TV show, whatever you want to watch, it's that like regulation of these superheroes is bad because they can't.
No, it's good. Regulation is good.
Yeah, but otherwise you'll just see them destroying city blocks and setting everything on fire and fucking breaking the planet. And,
oh yeah,
you know, they're just like, oh, we can't regulate them, otherwise they can't stop the Riddler from telling his riddles for an extra 12 minutes. Fuck you.
Especially,
fuck you, Batman.
Especially Superman. Like, why don't you move your shitty ass superpower to a field where nobody's living, you piece of shit? Just fly out there with your villain and beat him up there. Don't put the people in danger, you piece of shit. But no, he has to be in the city. Let's destroy the building where people are living. Let's destroy the orphanage where people are being treated. Let's destroy the hospital where people need to like get treated. No. Like, stay in the city. Like, yeah, fight in the city. Get your shitty ass out in the fields and fight the villain there, you piece of shit. God damn it. I hate superheroes. Like, that's not true. I like superhero
You know
movies. I like super comics. I hate the idea of superheroes.
You know who also says that they hate superheroes?
Supervillains.
Supervillains is all I'm saying.
I mean,
Somebody help me! I'm in a voice call with a supervillain.
I mean,
What if you were a supervillain? What would your superpower be?
supervillain?
And what would your end goal to conquer the world be?
That's a hard question actually, because I feel like supervillains sometimes make a point, but then they murder people, right? They're like, oh, I want all people to be on equal footing, but then they murder people. Like Syndrome from Impossibles, right? His idea was, hey, I want everyone to have superpowers, so at the end of the day, nobody's super. At the same time, he murdered a bunch of them. So it's like, seems like being a supervillain is having a good idea in general, but also includes murder. So, me having a goal wouldn't have anything. But okay, I'm just stalling because I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah.
Supervillain name would of course be Carl Lucas. It's clear, pretty common name would be like John Doe. John Doe is also a good superhero name. It's very relatable. So Carl Lucas, supervillain name. My superpower would probably be the guy that the purple guy that can tell people to do what they want, to do what he wants. I forgot his name.
Okay.
From Jessica Jones. Forgot his name. Jessica Jones' villain. Oh, there's a Jessica Jones.
David Tennant.
That's the purple man.
Oh yeah, Doctor Who.
Kilgrave. It's called Kilgrave, and he can basically just tell people to do what he wants. So he says, if he says don't kill people, you can't for the rest of your life. That's it. And then my as a supervillain, my end goal would be to be God Emperor of the universe. So basically,
that's good.
So basically, what I would do is I would set up rules that you can't kill people, and then I would make everyone work for me. That's it. And I would basically be could you call it tyrant? Yeah, I would be a tyrant and say, and my end goal would be the God Emperor of the universe. So I would get the scientists and let them 24/7 work on technology. Figure a way out how to basically control everyone. Yeah, and be God Emperor of the universe. That would be my supervillain. Of course, some people wouldn't like it because I'm taking away their not identity, but their how's it called? Free will? But it's I'm a supervillain, bitch. Of course I'm gonna take away your free will. What do you think you are? I'm a villain. You normal person. I do whatever I want. That would be me. That would be me as a supervillain. Carl Lucas, the God Emperor of the universe. And then I would try to make superpowers similar to 40K's Emperor. And then at some point I will call myself Emperor of Man. There you go. What about you?
Yeah. Here's what I'd do. All right. First, I would supervillain name. Go with something simple, something elegant, classy, to show you're very cultured. I would go with the Joker. Supervillain plan. I don't know. Just sort of bomb things, set other stuff on fire. I would dye my hair green.
Mm-hmm.
Get a purple suit.
That makes sense.
Supervillain end goal for all time. Hang out with my best friend, the Batman.
That makes sense.
There we go.
That makes sense. Two pieces of shit hanging out with each other.
Hey, I'd be a cool guy. I wouldn't be a piece of shit. I would just be a fella who wears, purple suits and then sometimes has to murder. Nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes you get the urge, right? Sometimes feel the tingly in the tummy. It's I kind of need blood right now, right?
I don't know about that, but yeah. I don't know all about all that noise, but yeah.
You're more chaotic.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're more
I'm not
you're more like chaotic evil, and more like lawful evil, right? That's it.
I'm more like a good boy who never wants to kill people.
I mean, our supervillains, like your supervillain would be like chaotic evil, and mine would be more like lawful evil.
My supervillain, I would actually be Crazy Quilt.
Crazy Quilt?
He's got this quilt, and it's fucking crazy.
What is a quilt? I'm German.
You don't know what a quilt is?
I'm German, you bitch.
So it's a big stitched together blanket made by grandma.
Committing crimes in a quilt might be the most comfortable way to commit crimes.
Yeah, but like a Crazy Quilt, each of his patches does a different thing.
Oh.
Unless I'm thinking about like the Dungeons and Dragons item, which is very possible. It's just another one of the Flash's.
I want my grandma to make me a quilt. That sounds like super comfy.
Oh, okay, here's what you do. All right, lock her up in a room with fabric and stitching utensils.
Nice.
And just don't let her out until she's done.
She does. My grandma is super nice. She does if I ask her. What about you?
That is.
Well, my grandma is also a big time racist, but that's a topic.
Okay,
that's a topic for.
That's
a topic for another day.
My grandma is extremely racist.
I mean,
it seems to go around.
It seems to be like old people like are all racist, right? Like it seems like old people are like all of them, just straight racist. Why?
Just the era they come from. The being a racist and not being a racist were different things, and they meant different things back then.
Will the people after us think that we are like big time bigots and racists
Probably.
and like the worst people who ever lived?
Yeah, they're gonna think like, these guys don't even believe gay robots should have the right to. What a bunch of fucking prudes.
Yeah.
I'll say right now, I don't think gay robots should have the right to vote because we have yet to program a robot to be gay.
That's just straight like bigoted from you.
It's bigoted, yeah.
That's just a straight wrong thing. What is this shit? I mean, it's sad, right? Like that the people that come after us will think that we are the worst people ever lived.
Yeah, it is sad, but like sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do. And it's like you can't judge yourselves from the metric of like a time that doesn't exist yet. Because that's insane. Because that's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, of course. But because think about it. Like when people like in 100 years look back at 2020, they will think, oh yeah, the Trump guy, that absolute nightmare, was president of the United States, and they will think, yeah, everyone agreed to that. And we are like, no, we don't. We didn't. No, we didn't want that. It was the crazy Americans. They did it. Fuck them.
They'll look back at this time and be like, oh, that's that fucking pickle show that everybody's going crazy about. No!
Pickle-Rick!
It was so much better. So much better than
Pickle-Rick, the funniest shit I ever seen.
Pickle-Rick, I love it.
Yeah, I sometimes... does it happen to you that you sometimes talk about something or like, and you like, I don't like this. I don't like this. How my mind works. I don't like how it constantly drives me nuts. Like, do you get that? Like,
your mind constantly drives you nuts.
Yeah, it's like constantly thinking in random directions. And like, I don't want to think in this direction, but my mind is like, yep, you're fucked. Everything is fucked. You meaningless. Everything is meaningless. And the more I talk about it, like the more like, fuck you, minds. I don't like it. Go back.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think most people don't know. I think most people don't think, right? They don't think about this shit. They're like, they live their every day, and they, they don't care much about everything else, because it's very easy to like just live normally without having to think about the rest of the world. But it's difficult to think about things. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense what I'm saying. Nothing makes sense.
No, I kind of get it. It's like very convenient to just go about what you're doing without really involving in other people's business.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah, it makes sense. And
Business.
and right now I'm looking at a tattoo of Rick and Morty, and Rick is the Joker.
Oh my god. Somebody was brave enough to do it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Please stop doing this. But what is the thing? Okay, here's the thing. I always this an argument that I always hated, and it's like, oh, fan base of X ruined that thing. And the thing happened with Undertale, because Undertale is like apparently the worst fan base ever. And a lot of videos when Undertale came out said, "Oh, I don't like Undertale because of the fan base." I'm like, why are you judging the medium based on the fan base? Like, why? And the same thing is with Rick and Morty. Like, oh, I can't identify as a Rick and Morty fan because people are crazy. Like, yeah, it happens.
Well, sometimes people just aren't gonna like things for trivial reasons. It's always up to the person deciding, whether or not they like something. But again, it's not something like you can really get mad about. That's a different person with different opinions and different ways of judging a fan base or a medium.
Yeah.
They judge the content based on the people who enjoy the content, and sometimes that can be accurate. Sometimes it doesn't have to be, but it's not like I'm gonna get mad at somebody for saying, "Oh, I didn't like this because of this."
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're allowed their opinion. Where that does not extend to is things that actually matter.
Okay, I understand. Like, I don't like this specific politician because the people I don't like this politics because the people be crazy for him. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Basically, like, if you have a shitty take, and I know I'm not the arbiter of good opinions on the internet, but
don't sell yourself short.
I think you're allowed to hate things. I'll go ahead. I'll take this stance. I think you're allowed to be full of hate towards some things.
Yeah, I hate I hate myself. There you go.
I hate Germans, dude.
I mean,
my last name is German for cock. I've always bared that cross.
Shit. Oh my god, like, German names sometimes be crazy. God damn it. I have the fun thing about, or the good thing about my name sounds very European, even though I'm from South America. So it's like, every time I go somewhere, like, oh yeah, you like Portuguese or Spanish or French. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I like look Spanish or Portuguese, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And most people don't think that depends, of course, on the length of my beard. Long beard, probably an Arab. Short beard, probably French or Spanish. Depends on the length of my beard. That's how. Anyways, do you want to talk about Leafy?
I can talk about Leafy.
Because
probably not going to be the most striking conversationalist, but I can talk about Leafy.
Yeah, because at some point you wanted to make like a video like about Leafy, right?
Alright, yeah. Back when I was doing commentary, I wanted to make a video about why commentary was bad, which is so. It's obviously hypocritical, but like, yes, I did want to make a video about why commentary was bad, and Leafy happened to be a part of that. Yes. What is your do you have umbrage with this, or would you just like me to elaborate?
We can elaborate a little bit, because Leafy's back.
Leafy is back. I have nothing but anguish and pain in my heart at that notion that Leafy has returned to grace YouTube with
I wish he would
putrid stench.
Yeah. I wish he would have stayed gone forever. Honestly, like, I don't think coming back makes the YouTube landscape better.
Well, if you'll allow, as a fun segment from my stance on people being allowed to hate things, I'll just go ahead and make things slightly more toxic in saying that I think Leafy is probably the single worst influence on the platform ever. Worse even than Keemstar. I think...
I'm a little bit torn. I think Leafy popularized the genre of commenting on videos. That's like, I cannot take away that from him. Like, the reason why most commentary channels exist is because of Leafy. Like, you can't take away that achievement.
Most modern ones, sure.
Most modern ones.
I've seen some absolute stinkers of videos come out from people. I'll even note a few of them. Cyrus, this YouTuber who's basically just Leafy. He's just Leafy, but, now. And, well, I guess Leafy's Leafy now, so rip that guy's channel. But, like, the shameless attempt to emulate a style that is so
old,
uninspired. Yeah, so old too. Like, it's a product of an era that isn't even viable anymore on YouTube, and people still claw and grasp at that, just hoping for revenue. It's not sustainable. Plus, it's just fucking, like, garish. I hate parading the strangers of YouTube around like there's some kind of...
I think someone that does this, like, a similar... I would say, no, that's not that. Nicholas Diorio, for example. If you know him.
I don't think so. Could you say the name again?
Nicholas Diorio.
Nicholas Diorio.
He does, like, he is probably inspired by Leafy, but he does way more investigation and stuff. Yes, of course he does more some armchair psychology, but it's way more investigative, and the presentation is better, just simply because it is. And I would say he probably was inspired. I don't know how to write the fucking name. I will never find this channel.
I've already found it.
Okay, and probably was inspired by Leafy, but he does more investigative stuff, and that's what I mean. Like, Leafy probably inspired many channels that exist today, but do what he does a million times better. But Leafy, unfortunately, he grew at some point. He was successful at some point, and because of the success, people still cling to his idea of Leafy being like still a good content creator, and he can just come back and do low effort shit that wouldn't fly under most people's flag. But because he is at the center, or like he's such a figure in this community, he can just come back and just still cash in those thousands and millions of views. That's what I don't like. I dislike about Leafy in general, and his editing style, his delivery, his video making techniques have not improved beyond 2012. Have not be, it has not been. For example, you and me, we try to improve.
I don't even think
every video we try to make something better than the last one, and he's not even trying. And that's
there's an argument that he could make. It's like, you plateau at a certain point. Here's what I think about Leafy. Leafy is a guy who's rephrase, actually. Leafy's a kid who got introduced to a world way over his head, and to overcompensate, he delved deeper and deeper into a character that, is just so over the top and obnoxious that nobody can really look at him as anything but a meme. Caricature. Maybe that's me being on my armchair. I'll go ahead and I'll get right off that thing, but, like, I don't think Leafy is, like, as bad as his character.
Oh no, like, Leafy the person, like the person behind the channel, probably the nicest person you ever met. Leafy,
I don't know about that.
I'm just being, like, facetious here, but
sure.
Leafy, the internet persona, and the channel, the face of the channel, piece of absolute trash. That's my
piece of human mud. I think it's very lazy content that is aimed at children, and I know that's a pejorative a lot of the time. It's like, oh, you make content for kids, but it's true. It's not content that appeals to everybody. It's just like, I'll use Cyrus again as an example. It's content that's lazily written with very few punchlines, and most of the video is just them saying some outrageous shit like, what even am I even watching right now, even? Like, what even is going on? And that's a Leafy video. That you cut back to some outrageous video that's probably bait for somebody to make a video about it. It's like, I'm in love with my dad, or something like that. It's like, you're in love with your dad? That's stupid. And then that's the video. And you're like, oh, wow. Your acerbic observations are as cutting as ever.
I don't think it's
when the comedy special coming out. It's obviously, it's not like heavily scripted, but there's like
pointers.
There's an idea of point based, sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's so
lazy.
Like anti-content.
Anti-content. Like, that's a word. Yeah.
It's noise. It is so very much noise.
And I hate the daily format. I absolutely despise the daily format. Like the whole. I can barely make videos weekly, and I think still think like I should spend more time, but I put the restriction on myself. But it's like the daily content is like, how can you even do that? How nobody can make 20-minute videos every single day. And if you do that, if you're listening to this and you make 20-minute videos every single day, go fuck yourself. It's impossible.
You can't make great stuff unless you have the employ of several editors.
What is that?
Sending it out to.
What is that company that makes like top 10 videos every day?
Watch Mojo.
Fuck that company. Holy shit.
Okay. Whoa! You didn't even say a controversial take warning, everybody. Flashing lights, siren. Watch Mojo can suck Carl Lucas's butt.
Yes, my butt, my dick, my eyes. Oh, that was weird.
It can suck your eyes.
Yeah, that was weird.
Shut it down.
You're getting dry jam.
Fuck! Stop with the fucking shit. Okay, on top. That's quick side rant. Autoplaying videos. I hate them. Fuck autoplaying videos. I absolutely hate them.
You can turn that off.
I shouldn't turn them off. They shouldn't exist.
Okay, well, I disagree. I actually do like autoplay as a feature.
But when I go into a video, yes. When I go to a website, I don't like that. If my intent is to watch a video, autoplay, great. If my intent is not to watch a video, then autoplay shit, like the channel trailer stuff.
You're allowed to hate stuff.
Yes.
I'm not going to go back on that, but I do not agree.
So Watch Mojo, okay? 50 minutes ago, 4 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 18 hours ago, 21 hours ago, and 1 day ago. So basically 5 videos every day, and they're probably gonna bring 2 more videos today. Don't
Mojo. Top 15 birds in movies. Number 1.
Don't do that.
Iago.
Why do people watch? Oh, I'm happy to announce Watch Mojo is on decline. Thank God. Holy shit. Yeah. It's like
the people who it's like that is Facebook content.
Thank God it's on the decline. Oh my God, I absolutely despise this fucking thing. It's like, let's hire a bunch of editors that can edit like quick edit shit super fast. Let's prepare some great assets. Let some stereotypical voice talk about something and have no personality at all. And most of what we say,
all right, leave the voice actors and editors out of this, all right? It's the people who are behind all the. But it's like, we need to bring this content to the world. Top 15 Easter eggs in fucking Midsummer or whatever the fuck.
And let's not talk about stealing content. You know, let's not talk about that. Where they constantly steal content from smaller creators and don't credit them in their fucking videos. Oh, another company that also absolutely hate, and they constantly stealing content. Discord Esports. Wow, do they steal a lot of content? And what? does something happen to them? No, because everything is broken. Oh shit, dude! I hate those fucking companies. I wish they would just go away and die in a ditch. Honestly, I rather have 100 Leafys than one Watch Mojo. Honestly,
I would rather have 100 shows. There's something about the cold, soulless, empty husk of content that speaks to me rather than the complete void of content that is fucking a Leafy video. They're both thieves.
Yeah.
Except one at least tries to make something interesting to look at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I made I have to hit myself on the hand myself. I made videos where I have like I think one video where I have only like some gameplay in the background. But even then, I tried to, when I talked about certain things, try to bring in like icons into the frame and try to emphasize my points with like video imagery. Still bad, you know, I wasn't born perfect, but just surf and without anything like on the screen. Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't know. But the Watch Mojo is then like hyper editing. Right?
Yeah,
like,
hyper edited is also not good.
Yeah, it's too much.
I don't know. There's not much I can say. Watch Mojo bad, Leafy bad. Like I'm some random kid on the internet. It doesn't matter what I say.
But that's about. That's what.
Did I get you to slam your desk? Ooh.
that's what a podcast is about. Like talking about shit we don't understand for hours until we don't want to go anymore. That's how these things go. That's why podcasting is seen as easy, which it is. The problem is not the podcast itself, like podcast itself, like recording stuff. The problem is like editing this shit. You have an hour of footage. Well, you have to go through that at least 3 times. Once is cutting, the other one is correcting, and the other one is like editing. All the visuals, if you want to at least make it a little bit visually stimulating. So yeah, and timestamping. Timestamping is also there. That's the hard work of podcasting. The podcasting itself, not really hard. That's why probably H3H3 switched from scripted content to podcasting. Brings more money, less effort.
It's also that like commentary is kind of like just a toxic field.
Yeah.
So doing it in a podcast format where you don't have to just like look at yourself shitting all over. Because I'll tell you what, that's what kind of made me want to not do it anymore. Is
why did you stop?
When you're editing a commentary video, like when you're editing yourself, basically just you're like, look at this person that put themselves and their ideas out there. I'm just gonna I'll write all over all of that, and then you sort of look at yourself. And each time you see it, you're like, yeah, these jokes really aren't that funny. I'm just kind of being an asshole. What's the point? It's like, I'm going to make somebody else be like, yeah, that is what an idiot that person is. Wow, good job.
I think...
that does nothing. That brings nothing into the world.
I think there's not enough commentary against companies. Because, people want to get the money. So, I do commentary videos. But it was always about companies. Fuck companies, literally. Fuck YouTube, fuck Disney, fuck Raid Shadow Legends. And everyone that took a race.
I want to go ahead and say that I'm not with that message. Raid Shadow Legends.
Fuck Polarium Games. Fuck Raid Shadow Legends. If I have one creator gained huge respect from me. I forgot the fucking names. But he basically got the contract.
I've seen the video you're talking about, actually.
Who was it? Who was it?
I forget who made it, but the message of the video was like, this is basically the copy they tell you to read. You have no freedom over what you're saying. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
How to Not Do Business was the
yes,
the title.
I think so.
Fact Fiend. Huge respect. Automatically, huge pee-pee, huge boner. That guy, gigantic dick as big as the universe. because and the people like that take the sponsorships are like, I understand, okay, like you got to make that money, but like I did a 5-second, literally 5 seconds. I searched who owns Plarion Games. Oh, it's a gambling machine manufacturer. Wow, nice. You know, people got like especially like people that then grandstand and say, oh, no gambling to children, and then suddenly promote a game that is basically gambling for children, but it's not regulated, so it's okay. Kind of not good. So yeah, all my videos that are commentary videos are always about companies and how they should go fuck themselves, because big company, big corp bad. There you go. No trigger warning. Raw. That's it. That's my take. Big corp bad. What is your bug situation on your plant, by the way?
I had no bug planned thing. I just wanted to say the word bug.
What do you use like to like repel bugs?
I use Worm Odyssey a lot.
Worm Odyssey? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, does it like also refresh your lushy green leaves?
Yeah, it does put some more chlorophyll on my bones for sure.
Cool. Like you seem like, how does your body holds up the coin? Or is the coin not an actual coin, but more like a faux coin that like represent, like it's like just mimicking the real world? Like
it's a good question. Magnets?
Oh, so like your body is made of magnets?
I don't think I should say anything else until I get a lawyer here.
Okay. Yeah, this may be like a more personal question, but how do you procreate as a plant? Like, do you need like outside help from like humans or insects?
I spread my seed far and wide. I basically sneeze into the wind, and then that sort of gets carried over to.
That's pretty convenient, right? Like just and then people like, but it's kind of, non-consensual, right? If you stuff flies off and then lands on a.
I don't sneeze onto people. Plants reproduce by their pollen being carried into the wind and getting fucking drifted into a patch of dirt, and then a flower will blossom out of that.
Okay, so you don't need insemination, like you just like.
No, I don't fuck. I don't fuck things into other people.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought like someone you needed like an insect to pollinate you, so you can create more of your offspring.
No.
Okay. Have you reached adulthood already as a plant? Like, is that like a thing?
Yes.
Do you gonna continue growing? Like, is your species more like a flower or more like a tree? Like, you will grow big, or if you just always stay like a flower?
That's a good question. Magnets.
Okay. Because you have a face, right? Like, and you can open mouth, you have eyes, and you can speak with your mouth. So I thought like maybe you turn into one of those mythical like tree creatures that like have like a face, and then I don't know.
Oh.
That's why like I thought that maybe he belongs to that species. So like
wow.
Like where I come from, we had like a problem with our plant brothers. They were like, oh, we want more rights, and like shut the fuck up, and we burned them. So that was not cool.
Okay, so that's very racist what you said to me, and I can't abide by that.
No, I don't agree. It was a different time, okay? It was a different time. And they wanted to kill us.
Guess what? Surprise. This whole thing has been recorded.
Shit. Oh no!
By you, actually.
Oh
I tricked
you. Oh, he tricked me to recording this.
And I'm gonna hit you with a hypno beam to upload the video to YouTube.com.
Oh no! But yeah, like plant. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, we were at war. That was.
Okay, so do you want to know more about the lore
of plants? Yes.
The CoinPlant lore?
Yes. Give me the CoinPlant lore.
Okay. There was once a coin, loved a plant very much, couldn't do the deed though, so it got his friend Chmicken to artificially inseminate the plant.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Chmicken carried a coin, he shoved it into the ground, the coin grew on top of a plant.
Cool.
And then the plant had the ability to produce coins. I don't know, I'm winging it here, dude. I don't know my past as much as you don't know yours.
Yes, I definitely don't know anything about my past. That's correct.
Yeah, like what are you, some kind of guy or something? I don't know.
Yeah, just normal human being. It's okay.
Some kind of fella that's definitely a human being and not from the galaxy where he committed acts of terrorism in space.
That was just a phase, okay?
I wanna meet the person who's just like, yeah, I'm really embarrassed about my space terrorism.
That was just a phase, okay? Everyone was doing it.
Everyone was committing acts of space terror.
Yeah, like, what do you expect? Like, gigantic government controlling all the universe, like, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna commit some terrorism. Like, we didn't kill anyone, okay? This was big corporate. We just last question. Everyone starting YouTube right now. Advice, go.
Oh, jeez. Okay, if you're starting YouTube like right now,
Yes.
like not a few minutes ago, but like if it's right now when you're watching this, like how'd you get here and you're starting YouTube? That's crazy. That's my advice.
That's.
Wait, no, shit. Okay, here's my advice. If you're starting YouTube and it's right now, and right now is when you're starting YouTube, fucking why? But also, good job.
That's kind of, that makes sense. All right. Thank you for dropping by. And
wait. Starting YouTube right now?
Yes, right now.
Right on.
Okay. See you around, dude.
Yeah. You have a good.
Hey, also, go subscribe to CoinPlant. Take care. Bye.
I will take all of your subscribers.
Oh no.
Oh!